What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, I want to speak on a post that I seen about Ben Simmons, right? And this post is Ben Simmons is the most intelligent player in the league, NBA all-time steals leader, right? And of course, it's a joke, right? Because they got Ben Simmons on his picture with Chris Paul, Jason Kidd, and John Stockton, and you can see the steals that Chris Paul got. You can see the steals that Jason Kidd got, and the steals that John Stockton got throughout his career. And then beside John Stockton, you see Ben Simmons in street clothes, and you see the amount of money that Ben Simmons has made. And so, you know what I mean? It's saying that Ben Simmons is, instead of getting steals on the court, he's stealing checks, he's stealing money. And I just, I think that was funny. And he got him up there with some guys that, some really good point guards. Um, but I don't know. I want to know from you all though. Do you think that Ben Simmons is a bust? You know what I mean? And not because I think not because he don't have the talent, but because for a couple years in Philadelphia, I thought Ben Simmons, I thought he was going to be that dude, as far as like point guards and stuff like that. He was looking good, but for some reason, something happened, something clicked that really just it seemed like it took his confidence. It seemed like it took his desire to play basketball, and he hasn't been the same since. Um, and now, he's sitting on a bench and he's getting, he's getting paid and he's getting paid very well. And so that's why this picture is up, this post, of him getting steals. You know, he said something one time too that seemed like, I don't know, like maybe he's I don't know if he's given up on basketball, but he said basically like people forget how good I was, how good I used to be. Like, like something that somebody that who was retired would say, like somebody who's no longer in the league. Maybe somebody like say, it could be somebody like Carl Malone, or if he felt like he wasn't getting enough respect, he said, people forgot how good we, the Utah Jazz, how good we were, and the things we accomplished, right? But you don't expect to hear that from somebody who's I don't even think that Ben Simmons is not even 30 years old yet, you know, and he's worried about people forgetting about him when he should still be he's in his prime. He should really be, really making his mark, doing his damage right now on the court instead of sitting on the sideline, in street clothes. And I just think that, in my opinion, I just think that Ben Simmons has lost the desire to play basketball, because if he really wanted to be out there, I believe that he would be out there. Throughout history, you've seen so many guys who who got hurt, or suffered an injury and just battled their way back, and wind up having, very good careers. Let me see. Antonio McDyess is one person who comes to mind as a guy who had a serious injury, and really had to, after that injury, Antonio McDyess really had to adjust his game. He was more so known as a high flyer, somebody who was very athletic, and he didn't have the type of athleticism, after the injury. And so he adjusted his game, and he was still able to be as successful and have a good career, because because he knew there was more to basketball than athleticism. And so that right there proved that Antonio McDyess knew the game of basketball, and he was very intelligent because he adjusted his game. Another player who had an injury, Paul George. I don't know when you say. I don't know if you've seen, Paul George broke his leg, and it was ugly. It was gruesome, but he came back from that, and for somebody to break their leg like that, the way Paul George broke their leg. Who else broke this? Somebody else had like I forgot the guy name who played at Golden State, and he had a serious break in his leg. But when you suffer injuries, a lot of times physically, you have to recover, but the mental part of it is also tough because you got to develop confidence again to be able to play, on that broken leg or whatever, to play with that on that area that was broke before. And so that's what it comes from, mental toughness. I don't know, um mental toughness, and you gotta want to. And I don't know if Ben Simmons really don't demonstrate that he wants to, and so that can affect, if you don't want to, that can affect the healing process, I believe, and it definitely can affect your performance on the court, you know. So when they say Ben Simmons is out there still, and I tend to agree with him because um, and I think if you don't have it no more, if you don't have that desire for it, then just go ahead and retire, just leave the game. But he's like basically just stealing. I don't know, if Ben Simmons will get another contract, not, at least not a big contract. I definitely don't think that Ben Simmons will get a big contract because of how he performed, and he showed that he's not really. You don't see him really working hard to number one, improve his jumper, because that was part of that's the everybody know that he's not really a great jump shooter, so he never really worked on as far as proving that he can shoot the jump shot, the mid range, or the 3-pointer, and so he just don't seem like he has that want to, and that's why people say, like this post, they say that Ben Simmons, he just stealing. He's robbing the NBA because he's not giving his teammates, himself, or the fans really what they need, he's cheating the game of basketball, basically, in my opinion. And so yeah, that's my take on Ben Simmons. Don't forget to like and subscribe. With that being said, also leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.